as a working actor, I volunteer a lot of time in my union, Actors Equity Association, which you know represents stage performers. It's a democratic institution, and the only way it works is if actors get involved. So I'm going to start with a statistic. There are 48,000 members of Actors Equity Association across the nation. 85% of us are unemployed all the time. It's unfortunate. However, every morning I wake up, whether it's snowing or raining or the sun is shining, I'm happy because I am one of the 15% that works all the time. It's a glorious feeling to know that I can continue to grow after 40 years in this industry that, like it or not, wants to put you in a niche and say, this is what you do. When I came to New York, my name was always followed with singer, dancer. It was in 1996, Herbert Simmons, when a young director had the gall to cast a singer-dancer in Death of a Salesman up in Buffalo. And Herbert, whom I didn't know at the time, wrote the review. And he started the review with, there's a dancer playing Willie Loman. And I thought, oh, no, he's gonna cream me. But by the end of the review, he was saying, and that's a good thing, because he has brought to the role so much physicality that helps you understand those psychological tics that's going on in the man's head. And I've loved Herbert ever since.
And you read the review.
No, and I like original copies, and I have that review in my scrapbook, and it's turned several colors of yellow. But I've got it still, and when I knew I was coming here, I said, please let me sit at whatever table Herbert Simmons is going. When I walked into the room today of smiling faces, the first 3 people who greeted me told me about 35 years of my career. And each person started with an apology. It says, no, don't apologize. I want people to know that I've been around that long. If I never do anything else, I want people to understand that I've had an opportunity to make my impression, whether you remember me as Mr. Wiz or the Viper in Mr. Haven, or the guy who took off his clothes in Before Monty.
Can't forget that.
Right, no. So, I have never had to be a victim of that joke. So what do? I'm an actor. Oh, what restaurant do you work in? I've never had a day job in my 42 years as a professional performer. That's nothing, I'm not saying anything against people who have day jobs, or who work temp jobs. What I'm saying is, I've been able to use this industry as a source of my growth. And that's what this journey is about. I learned early enough in my career that if you just want a job, being an actor can be very finite, and you'll end up beating your head against a brick wall. But if you want a career, then you will change. You will shed your skin as often as you can, and you will reinvent yourself, and you will not allow the industry to say that you can only sing, that you can only dance, that you can only act. Why can't I also direct? Why can't I also write? Why can't I also compose? Why can't I also mentor? Because that's part of the performing arts process to passing the mantle along to the people who are coming in your wake. You know, we always say we're standing on the shoulders of the people who came before us. So I consider myself very fortunate. I'm too blessed to be stressed, as we like to say. I'm happy to be here this morning. I'm happy to have been in Pittsfield so many years ago, that morning. I'm happy to have been in London when we ate the Indian food. And I didn't know Jonathan was coming to the show last night. I came out of the theater after the show and Jonathan Abarbanel was standing there. And he didn't know that I was in the play.
Well, before.
No, before. I'm saying. He was coming to see a Jacobean play, which is infrequently done. He didn't know that Andre de Shields was going to be in it. So the next time the conference is in New York, I will be here. And then you can talk about the 50 years of my career. Right? I've had an opportunity to know and love beautiful people like Sherry Eaker, who performed with me recently. I won't tell the story. So, I have nothing negative to say, Jonathan. I hope that it wasn't... Okay, I only have wonderful things to say. I am a man of joy, and I hope I bring it to my audiences and to my colleagues. In January 12th, I celebrated my 65th year on the Earth planet. And I'm working on my next 65.